It's just simply a peaceful day out there on the river. All right. Oh, one other. This one here is called Castle in Winter. It's another oil. It's just simply, it's like the changing of seasons that are going on, and this massive castle that sits there in the middle of this rugged valley. And that's the whole concept of it. It's just there's not much of a storyline here, but they're just simply, this is where things happen in this area, and you've got the ships that are coming in and out of there that have business with the count in that region. And then you finally go over to here. There's a storyline behind this one. And let me just tell you a little bit about this one, the painting technique. Okay, first of all, a lot of it is acrylic. And I shouldn't, people just cringe when I touch it, but I have to know it's actually pretty durable. This is acrylic, and then some of it's oil, like this oil here. And then this one I embedded plaster, so you have the texture of the rocks.
Oh wow!
And so, and then this person here has been banished for political reasons. And this is actually a science fiction piece. It's subtly science fiction. And you can see the planets here. There's like the moon, another planet, and that's their version of the sun of that particular system. And all the storms that are occurring on, but he is banished. He's the only person on this planet. And he's been banished by whatever emperor decided that he didn't like him. This one here is called the Otherworld, another one with Patrick Fisher in it. And you have the flying cars and so forth. But the concept here, he's looking out from the ghetto out to this whole new world that he's still not a part of. You even have the beer cans that are washed up against the side of the building here. This is like some sort of slum hotel. Who knows, it could be even a brothel, who cares? But the whole point is that this is the slums, and he's looking out onto the whole new area where all the well-to-do live. Okay?
Right on.
Okay.
Let's come back over here, have a seat again.
Okay.
So, where do you want to see your art go in the future? Do you want to, like, illustrate books? Or I'm thinking, like, book cover illustrations, or, like, magic cards.
Well, it's interesting when you bring up magic cards.
Because I'm a huge fan of magic.
I missed it by 6 months. Magic was just getting underway, and the art director of Magic saw my artwork at a gallery up in Kirkland. And so, unfortunately, they were already well underway. And I ended up getting hired by this company called Companion Games, which is the science fiction version of Magic. And they started having me do a whole bunch of illustrations for them and I would have to ship my stuff off to New York. And this is pre-internet to a certain extent, so you couldn't just email them the image. You know, you had to actually ship it off. And so I was able to do a lot of work for them. And unfortunately, if I would have been like about 6 months earlier with Magic, I probably would have been on their ground floor and been able to illustrate a lot for their cards. I knew a lot of the know and still know some of the artists at Magic.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's just like, I don't know. It was just timing was not perfect on that one.
I want to introduce you to my friend Andrew Ninen, who he's a graphic designer, but he's also developing this game. And he has all of the world's incredibly well thought out. Like, he was one of the first artists that we interviewed, and we interviewed him about his games, and it was just amazing to hear him go on and on and on about the details, like down to the most minute details about personalities of people. And I don't know, I mean, it would be really cool to hook you up with somebody like that.
It'd be interesting. Yeah, I would be more than interested. Definitely. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Right on.
The key is, for me, the way I work, it tends to come out of the brain. So the key is that where you could actually understand one another. Does that make sense? Because I've dealt with some people and they have such a vivid image of what they want, and then when you're coming up, it's not necessarily meeting what they think.
Right.
You know, and so but I'm more than willing to talk to the person, because you'd be surprised that you're like, okay, we're on the same sheet of music. You know. Yeah.
I think that the two of you could collaborate beautifully. Not that I think you could collaborate with anybody beautifully, really.
Oh, thanks.
So what are some other plans that you would like to do?
Frankly, the key for me is that I want art to remain fun for me to do.
Yeah.
And luckily for me, I've been I've had shows, I've had enough selling and so forth that it at least pays for the hobby. I call it hobby still, you know. And every once in a while it goes a little further, and it's like, we'll see. You know, it's interesting when you say goals. I'm not sure where I wanted to go, because, you know, obviously it would be cool if it actually becomes a full-time job, but I don't ever want to turn it into where it's just a factory production.
Right.
You know, and I've made that mistake a couple of times where all of a sudden I was involved in all the art walks, and I'm sitting there going, okay, this has become miserable. And I don't ever want to do that. I work full time. I have a whole bunch of other stuff going on. But the key is keep it fun, and if it goes somewhere, yay! You know, I'm happy as hell. You know, for that one.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's a really good attitude to have. Well, I think the last thing that I wanted to talk about was the gallery that I host out of my house.
Mm-hmm.
It's called 4th Effin' Friday, because it's the 4th Friday of every month. There's one coming up this next Friday on the 27th. My house, be there, be square. It's going to be free food, free booze, live music. We paint on the walls, get kind of crazy.
Right.
But all of the artists that I interviewed last month are invited to show up and show art.
Okay.
Hopefully there'll be a good turnout.
Yeah.
I expect there to be a good turnout. And then next month is the 24th, which you'll be invited to come show at if you're interested.
Yes.
And then we do a raffle at the 4th Effin' Friday. I ask all of the artists if there's something small that they wouldn't mind donating. And then if a guest wants to donate $5 or more towards the Art Life video blog and 4th Effin' Friday, help compensate for like food costs and stuff, they get a raffle ticket and give away a bunch of art at the end of the night, which is a lot of fun.
Okay. Yeah, I'd be very interested. Yeah,
Awesome.
It sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah, definitely.
Do you have any last comments, questions?
Well,
concerns?
I think the only thing is that you know, the key to art is that if you want to do art, have fun with it. And if you're buying art, buy art that you like, because that's a good piece of art. If you like that piece of art, that means it's a good piece of art.
Definitely.
You know, and don't let some highfalutin gallery or whatever sit there and dictate to you what you're supposed to have. Don't get trapped into the marketing machine. Buy art that you like.
For sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This has been great.
Okay.
This is the Art Life video blog.
All right.
We will catch you tomorrow.